Yo, what's going on, everyone? This is Julian from Memory Cards, and today is the launch of the new Hearthstone expansion, Saviors of Uldum. And as you know, if you follow this channel, I always have a few videos come out around the launch days of expansion. Generally do pretty big pack openings. As you can see, I got almost 200 packs. I picked up both of the pre-release bundles as well as I had like 6,000 coins saved up since the last expansion, Rise of Shadows, came out. And I put those into packs as well. I generally don't open packs in between expansions. I usually just do one super big blowout pack opening on the launch day of each expansion, and generally that gets me most cards that I'm looking forward to, and I can always dust stuff and get cards from the new set to make things work. So I think this set offers pretty good card quality overall. The return of quests is a big deal. Quests were introduced with the Journey to Ungoro expansion, which was way back, like I think over 3 years ago, or maybe 2.5, 3 years ago, or something like that. And quests haven't been in the meta for a while, so I'm excited to see the return. And I feel like most of the quests offered are pretty good, with maybe the exception of priest, maybe we'll see, and warrior, I'm not sure, but we know that the quest shaman is going to be a heavy hitter with this expansion. It's definitely a deck I'm going to try out right away, and I'm also pretty excited to try out quest rogue, which seems to fit like a tempo style deck, but we'll see. I'm excited to get into it. From the bundle, I did get 2 golden legendaries, Vesina, which is a shaman legendary, which is like a, what is it, like a 5 mana 2/6 or a 4 mana 2/6, that gives your, or if you have overload, it gives all your minions +2 attack while in play, while the card is in play, Vesina. And the other golden legendary I got was the 5 costs or 6 costs, can't remember off the top of my head, warlock legendary that turns all your lackeys into 4/4s for the rest of the game. Very strong card, and that's definitely going to be a meta-defining deck, I imagine. And then the free quest I got just for signing in was the legendary, or they're all legendary, but the priest quest is the free quest I got just for signing in. Everyone gets a free quest, so go do that if you haven't. All right, we got our first legendary of the set, from a pack pool at least. Let's see what it is, and we got Reno, the Relicologist. So probably an underpowered legendary. The no duplicate thing is a big part of this set. I think is it every deck? No, it can't be every deck. There's a lot of no duplicate cards in this set. And I think Reno is probably one of the weaker ones. Just to say Reno is one of the weaker no duplicate cards sounds suspicious, but Reno, the Relicologist, I don't know. I don't know if this one's going to see a lot of play. Got the Paladin Legendary quest. I'm super excited to try this out, and obviously Hyena Alpha, massive card there. Making Mummies, though. Keen to try that one out. Oh, there it is. There it is. Corrupt the Waters. This could be the strongest card in the set. Battlecry, Shaman, Quest Shaman, whatever you want to call it. This card right here is insane. Sir Finley. I love the card art on Sir Finley. Definitely want to give this one a shot, but I feel like a no duplicate Paladin deck might struggle with its current card quality in that class, but we'll see. Definitely gonna give that a shot. Okay, Siamat, we got that covered. Siamat, however you say it. This is definitely one of the strongest cards in the set, and glad I don't have to craft that, because this is an instant craft. Like, you need this card. It's gonna be in, I feel like, so many decks. Most decks probably. It's like an auto include, much like Ziliax was. So yeah, Siamat. If you're gonna craft any card from this set, like day one, it should probably be Siamat. Should be. All right, 93 packs down, 100 more to go. Hearthstone really needs an option where you open 10 at once, because this is taking a while, but that's all right. We're getting through it, and let's see, is pack 100 a legendary pack? No. All right, we'll see you at the next legendary, I guess. Okay, so this isn't a bad pack. We got Puzzle Box of Yogg-Saron. I think this is the first one I've pulled. Definitely going to craft another of those. And then we got Unseal the Vault, the Hunter quest, which I feel like is one of the weaker of the new quests, but has serious potential if you can make it work. But summoning 20 minions, probably a little difficult, but maybe not so with this card here, Swarm of Locusts, 7. Cast 2 of those, you're at 14. You only need 6 more, but still, that's a lot. A lot to ask for. We'll give that a shot. Golden Live Wire Lance. I think I've had a few of these pulled already, so I know I'm going to get some dust back. Elise the Enlightened for Druid. If your deck has no duplicates, duplicate your hand. That's interesting. I don't know if I want to run a Druid no duplicate deck, though. A singleton deck, as they say. Double legendary pack. Haven't had one of those in quite a while. Zephyrs and Colossus. Glad I got Zephyrs, which is probably the best no duplicate card for this set. And Colossus of the Moon, one of the worst legendaries from this set. 10 mana, 10/10 with Divine Shield and Reborn. That's okay, but it's... I feel like the only deck that this would like really, really work in is High Roll Paladin, where you cheat out big cards using things like Duel and Prismatic Lens. Maybe that's the deck that Colossus of the Moon fits in. If I use Colossus of the Moon, it's probably only going to be in that deck. So we'll see. Oh, okay, sweet. That's the Druid quest. Untapped potential, end 4 turns without, or end 4 turns with any unspent mana, and you get Osirian Tear, which all your choose one cards, you get both effects essentially. I pre-built a Quest Druid deck on Hearthstone, and that's probably what I'm gonna showcase in this video at the end is Quest Druid. Got the Mage quest, Raid the Sky Temple. This is probably the one quest I was not going to play at all. I just don't think it's strong. The reward, I feel like, is not that great either. And yeah, I mean, I have it now, so I might as well try it. But this is definitely one of the legendaries I could have done without. Legendary in the last pack. Nope, not today. Oof, okay, that was a doozy. I'm going to... Let's go dust everything. Let's dust it up. So over the last couple hours, I've built various decks, but the one I'm focused on right now is this Quest Aggro deck that originally started as like an OTK deck with some overkill cards in it, which there was some hype that you could potentially pull off an OTK combo using Bees, the new Druid card, and a overkill card like Linecracker. I messed around with that a bit, captured some footage of it, but I couldn't get it to work, and ultimately I felt that deck was pretty weak. It's possible that you could work something out in the future with it, but this is the deck that I've been racking up some wins with. I do like it. I think I've won about... I won about like 4 in a row, then lost to a Murloc Shaman, I think. But generally, once you get this quest activated in Druid, the potential to overwhelm the board is pretty high. As you can see from this deck list, once you get that quest active, you're going to be able to do stuff with Tending Tauren, Mark of the Loa, to flood the board. Excuse me. Oasis Surger is great for getting a couple high value minions on the board. And then Forest Aid is a backup with 2 Savage Roars also to get a finisher. I'm enjoying this deck quite a bit. Let's play a game and you can see it in action. All right, so we're going up against a Druid as well. I'm guessing it's Quest Druid. So this could be a longer game considering the value that you get these games tend to go on a little bit longer. There's so much potential for heal. The most interesting thing I've found so far, and this is something that a lot of people were kind of suspecting might happen, is that Overflow, while being such a good card for what it gives you, restoring 5 health to all characters, which has a downside, but could get heals for all your minions and as well as you, and then drawing 5 cards, that's a lot of upside, but I just haven't found a situation where I needed to use it. And really all it's been good for in this deck is triggering the minions that react to having spells over 5 costs, like Anubisath and the Garden Gnome. So this is likely Zoo Druid, if he's playing Mecharoo, which is good, because I've found that so far that this deck is pretty decent against Zoo. As long as you can get the quest activated sooner rather than later, you don't need to worry about things like heals, because this deck can bring you back from very low health, considering there's cards like Overflow in it. Again, haven't really needed to use it, but Hidden Oasis, that's the card I was looking for. It's a new card. So Hidden Oasis is great because not only once you have the quest activated does it give you a 6/6 with taunt, but it restores 12 health, and that's massive. That if you go back-to-back turns using one, you're set. Like, there's not a lot the Zoo can do. And I have a lot of board clear with Starfall and 2 swipes, and the potential also to get another Starfall off of Worthy Expedition, which is I've found so far that Worthy Expedition is an incredible card. That card is going to be used quite heavily, I think, throughout this meta. It's so good. Like, one of the problems with having a quest deck right now for me is that I don't have War Druid Lodi, which is a legendary that you can turn into 4 different forms, and each has different effects. Like, one has spell damage, one has poisonous, one has stealth, etc. I don't have that card, but I swear, like, I'm getting it every game off of Worthy Expedition, because the choose 1 card pool is fairly low. There's Worthy Expedition right there. So we could... this is tough because we got a board full of minions now, and Savage Roar is going to be a problem. It would have been great to get a Starfall at this point. But we'll just go with the taunt, I guess, for now. This might this might not be the best game to showcase in this video, but we'll see. If we can survive a Savage Roar, if we can get a Starfall somehow and clear this board, clearing the board isn't going to be... It doesn't worry me in terms of taking the damage from these Goblin Bombs, because that in reality that's only 2 force, that's 8 damage, but coming back from that is easy with the heal power that's in this deck. But we have our quest now activated, which is great, which means why didn't... Oh, yeah. Sorry. I got caught up thinking, why haven't I played Anubisath? I forgot you actually need to play a 5-cost card to get Anubisath activated. I'm like, Garden Gnome, you just have to have the 5-cost card in your deck. So he just did Soul of the Forest. That's relatively okay. I'm thinking I kind of want to Nourish here and put the Anubisath out. Let's just do that. Because then closer we get to having cards that and then we get 2 Anubisaths off that, or an extra Anubisath off that draw, so that's really great. So we have our swipe as backup. Really though, I'm looking for a Starfall because I'm going to need to clear this board out quick. Potentially we could work something with swipe, and see, this is where War Druid Lodi would come in handy, because you could put it out and have you get the spell damage effect from it, and then I'm doing 2 damage with swipe to everything. So it's possible I'll need to craft War Druid Lodi to get this deck in working order. I believe that this is maybe a tier 2 deck. I think it has some pretty big potential, at least with what I've experienced. But again, I'm nowhere near like a Hearthstone expert. But I don't know. I've seen that the power that this deck has, and it's a real thing. So no Starfall yet. What are our options right now? I could force Aid, which might scare him a bit. Not worth swiping. I mean, I'm super vulnerable to a Savage Roar, which I know he has in his deck. So let's actually... Should we go for draw and try to get that Starfall? It might be worth doing that. Let's do that, actually. Let's get rid of... let's get rid of that, I guess. More things that don't have Death Rattle, the better. Okay, so we got our Guard Gnome. That's not great. Okay, run out of time here. Alright, let's just clear some of this up. I could go down any second here to Savage Roar, if that's the case, and this match isn't even going to make the cut, because I need to get a better matchup than this. Oh, we're a little bit better of a swipe position here. Do that now. And we'll use our Guard Gnome. Get some presence on the board. A little bit less vulnerable to Savage Roar at this point. And we have Overflow, which actually, once we get rid of some of the stuff on his side, is going to be actually efficient for us at this point, considering how far we're down health-wise versus him. I'm getting roped right now by this Druid. Acorn Bear. So he's fishing for that Savage Roar. He's lacking that. He's lacked that all game. He could have killed me a few times already had he had it. So that's a good thing that he doesn't have that. So don't want to do anything crazy yet. Let's get rid of this Acorn Bear. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. He's going to get a couple more 2/2s, which is okay because I'm going to bring out 2 5/5s and clear them out here. Okay, so I'm in a really good position here. I can overflow on my next turn, and I could actually, I might even just, if I pull another Savage Roar, I might just go for it. What am I at now? 7, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So not quite there. If I get another Savage Roar, go for it. Clean house, but we'll see what he can do here. This might be it for us. So there's his twin spell, Forest Aid, which is freaky, but again, we're not in it. Okay, so I actually do have lethal here, I think, with Savage Roar in that. Yeah, it's absolutely lethal. Lethal. And that's the power of this deck. I'm telling you, this deck is it's got potential. I think if you're gonna try one deck from this expansion and you're gonna have one that's fun to play, give Aggro Quest Druid a shot. I don't know what the dust count is. Probably isn't too bad, but also keep that in mind. But give that a shot. Give it Quest Aggro a play around. You may just like it.